You're going to have some shit now. It's going to get out of control because now you're trying to take a man-made concept and impose it onto real energies, real emotions, real situations, real circumstances. It's not in tune with nature. You're going to plant your house not knowing there was a trees seeds under the house. And the tree start growing through your living room. Nature will outdo all the man-made things. Everything man-made is coming to an end. Nature will destroy it. If not now, it will do it later. And even these fictitious notions that we made up, where we can allow the harmonious flow of relationships to happen and to manifest themselves and go and impose man-made concepts, those relationships will come to an end. And the real relationships that survive will be based upon the natural ebb and flow of the actual energies that exist within human beings. And that'll go on, and you can go home, you can go along and one day call that a marriage. You can call it a marriage. You can even call it a marriage early. But whether it is a marriage is dependent on those natural laws. Nothing else. And if you call it that and the natural laws ain't in place, holding it up, there's nothing you can do about it. You can have a Jehovah's Witness ceremony, a Moorish ceremony, a Christian ceremony. You can jump the broom if you want to. Hell, jump the damn mop. Straight up.
As a matter of fact.
But if those natural laws are not holding it together, it ain't going to stand. And if we are afraid to deal with the harsh reality of natural law, we have not evolved. We are not enlightened. We're just like everybody else. So we should cry. You understand what I'm making? And be upset and be depressed. Because we reject natural law. We want what we want. We don't want what it's supposed to be. And that's where our conflicts will come and the confrontations will come. Now, natural law is a very protective force. So once you get into that, you're protected by those natural laws when you operate and act out of them. They offer protection from you. Anybody who can survive in nature don't have many enemies. Give you an example. When armies have to fight people who are in nature, who know how to use nature to their benefit.
Guerrilla fighters.
Nature is already whooping the enemies. So the terrain has already whooped the enemies before they even get to them. So they use nature as a weapon by being able to be in alignment and in sync with it. So once we understand what natural law is and get in sync with it, then those are weapons against our enemies.
Yes, sir.
Those are weapons against our enemies. Natural law is a weapon once we get in alignment with it. But if we do not get in alignment with it, it can be the most self-destructive thing that we've ever gotten into. For real. We can either be protected or totally destroyed and obliterated by the natural law. Absolutely. Absolutely. So my point is, real marriage and relationships are based upon natural law. Ignorance is ignorance. No matter who do it. You can't justify ignorance under the auspices of marriage. You can't do it. You can wear a suit, don't mean you're professional. You can't. Things are being cloaked in this society. That when you put them up to nation building, you set nation building there, they don't survive. They don't survive. With nation building, you don't attack people for any reason when you're not harmed. Period. With nation building, you don't attack any black people, period, when you are not harmed.
Yes, sir.
You don't make any efforts or any gestures to attack black people when you are not in harm's way. Period. But in a relationship, they may say, well, hell, I can beat my husband. I mean, in their context. Hell, this is my wife. I can beat my wife. I can beat my husband. Beat each other. We can do that. We're married. Nation building, that shit don't hold. So now the institution of what they call marriage is being challenged. Because you don't have a right to go against another human being's human rights. Whether you are, period. You can't hide the dehumanization under the auspices of marriage. With nation building, it just don't work. It just don't work. Period. And this ain't the idea of nation